Most men go to the gym for years and see no results or any change with their body, and then they become frustrated. And it's not because you're lazy or you're not disciplined, but it's because you're focusing on the wrong things and the wrong 3 sessions. In this video, I'm going to sort that for you. I'm going to show you how I've helped over 600 clients drop 20 to 60 pounds with less than 3 hours a week in the gym, even 2 hours a week with some people. And if you want the same format and framework, you can click the link below and you can download it for free, and I'll send you a 3-day plan straight to your email. In my own training and with my clients, I've tried everything. I've tried low carb, CrossFit, HIIT, running, keto, carnivore, but the problem is none of it works long term. Now, what I've developed over the last 9 years coaching over 600 clients is a system that I think can work into any single person's life, no matter how busy you are. And despite all the different formats and all the different training regimes and diets, I keep coming back to the 3 same sessions all the time and the same system that works for most people. Because if you can do it consistently, you can do it long term, and that's when you get the most results. Now the problem is, most men still train like they're in their 20s and they're watching a bodybuilding documentary. They're doing chest days, back days, claiming they do a leg day, but it's really an arm day. So that means they're only hitting everything once a week. Ideally for optimal growth, you want to hit everything twice a week anyway. It's just frequency across the week that'll help you best. Hitting it once a week doesn't actually fit with your life. Let's say life gets busy and it gets in the way like it normally does. Travel, work, family, just something comes up and you can't go to the gym. If you're hitting a chest day on a Monday and something comes up and you miss the gym, you aren't then hitting that session again for another week. So you missed it for 2 weeks. What I'm going to present to you is a way to get it into your whole life, your training, that you hit everything twice a week and it fits into a busy life. And even if you miss a session, it doesn't mean the end of the world. And that's where full body training comes in. I've done it for years with clients. I've done it myself, and it always gets the best results. 1, because you can recover from it. 2, because it fits into your life. 3, because it's actually quite fun. With this, we sprinkle leg days across the week and spread the volume out. So there's not that dread when you wake up at 6 in the morning, you think I've got to go and do squats and leg press and leg curl. It's just not going to happen. That's where you skip it and you do your arms. But the best part is you miss a Monday, it doesn't matter. You've got Wednesday and Friday to hit the full body. So you still hit every single body part twice through the week. So if you've been wondering why bro splits haven't been working for you, it's because they don't. You're following people who are bodybuilders, probably taking steroids, and it works for them no matter what they do. If you've not seen change for years, give this a try and just see how you feel. 3 to 4 months, and I guarantee not only will you recover better, you'll also get better results. Disclaimer, before we go into the workouts, we need to understand how we're actually going to perform our sets. There's a difference between working hard and being stupid. So we're going to focus on intensity over volume. I want you to forget 3 times 12. If you're doing 3 times 12, that's why nothing's changing. You're leaving too much in the tank across your sets and you're not actually hitting it with any intensity. Intensity doesn't mean are you sweating? Otherwise, everyone in a sauna would be in shape. What it means is, are you getting close to failure with your sets? It doesn't mean that you have to get to absolute failure, but are you getting to 1 to 2 reps close to where you would be failing? That's what we want to aim for with each exercise and each rep range. Ideally, I like to program between 5 to 8 reps for most of my clients. It allows you to recover, and it also allows you to train with every exercise with intensity. Sometimes I will go up to 10. Let's say you've got an older man who's in his 60s and he doesn't want to hit it with full intensity. We'll put things like eccentrics in, pause reps, and then you'll also maybe do a higher rep scheme on some occasion. Now that that's out of the way, that's what we're going to focus on with all our exercises. Doing it like this will also allow you to get out the gym much quicker as well. My sessions last about 35 to 40 minutes. You don't need to be in for an hour and a half. I don't understand what most people are doing. We're going to do 2 top sets for everything. Yes, it's probably different to how you've done it before, where you do 3, but we're going to do 2. That means you're not including your warm-up sets as your one of your 3. You're going to do warm-up sets building up, then do 2 top sets, where it's about an 8 to 9 out of 10. Up for difficulty, and that's what I want you to focus on. So now let's go into the actual structure of your workouts. Day 1, for everything we want to do full body, and that just means we want to do a push movement, a pull movement, a squat pattern movement, so this can even be on a machine, a hinge movement for your posterior, your hamstrings or your glutes. I like to program single leg because it is important. You need to be able to get up the stairs, and then you can start focusing on your auxiliaries if you want to, and like your accessory movements, your lateral raises, your biceps, your triceps. You throw some carry movements in your core. If you've got time, we can throw that in. But you primarily want to throw in the first 5 that I originally said. And sometimes there will be some overlap. Like you might do a Bulgarian split squat, which is a squat and a single leg pattern. There is some overlap in some of them. So let's get into the first day. First day, here's what you're going to do. And remember, the beauty of this is you can transfer different exercises out. But for the intent of this video, just follow my plan. Day 1, we're going to do a barbell bench press. That's your push movement and your chest movement. Number 2, you're going to do a chest supported dumbbell row. There's your pull movement. Now, you can decide for yourself whether you want to do it more upper back focused, with your elbows out, or more mid and lat range, okay, with your elbows in. So we've got your push movement and your pull movement. Now we're going to go into our squat pattern. You're going to do a goblet squat today. Problem with goblet squat is you can definitely lift more with your legs than you are holding. But your arms and your back and you just holding will be the limiting factor here. So we might want to put a 2 or 3 second descent and a 1 second pause at the bottom to get you close to failure, and even maybe a rep out at the end. Push, pull, squat. That's what we got so far. Then your hinge movement is going to be a hamstring curl. So there's your hamstrings done. So there's 4 exercises completely done. And now you can decide whether you want to add in a shoulder exercise. So you got your lateral raises and then maybe a hammer curl to finish. 6 total exercises done in 40 minutes, done with intensity. I would keep the rest periods between 9 seconds and 2 minutes. If it's a bigger movement like the bench press, maybe do 3 minutes. Don't be scrolling your phone. You can use that time to move around. That's how I like to do it in the gym. I like to walk around like a madman around the machine so I get some extra steps in. Or you can do a few active stretches, something to keep the body warm. Next up, you're going to go into day 2. And like I said before, you can overlap some of these exercises. For instance, with a push movement, maybe you want to use your push movement for that day to be shoulders instead of doing like a push movement with your chest. That's completely fine as well. So today's one, you're going to do an incline dumbbell bench press. That's your push movement for your chest. And it's also going to involve some anterior delt. Next up, we're going to do a lat pull down. You can do this reverse grip, you can do this wide grip, however you want to do it. You can also substitute this out for pull-ups if you want to. Then we're going to do a leg press for your squat movement for the day. That is still a squat pattern. Doesn't hit your hamstrings. It doesn't really matter where the foot goes. Okay, do it close, wide, wherever you want. Just hit it hard. Next up, we're going to do Romanian deadlift. So this is your hinge pattern. On day 1, you hit your hamstrings with your curl. You isolate them. Now we're going to focus on your Romanian deadlift with a hinge. So you get your hamstrings, glutes, and it's a great movement. I had a lower back pain. You still need to train your lower back to build your lower back. Okay, that is really important. So we've done all the big movements. Now it's time for your accessories if you want to throw those in. So you can do a seated incline bicep curl for your curl exercise for the day. We did hammer curls on the first day, which hit your brachialis. This is more for the long-headed bicep and get it in the peak that you want. Now we can then hit a tricep extension for your triceps. That's your full day. 6 exercises again, done with intensity, 40 minutes. Now on to day 3. Now ideally you would have done this Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Life gets in the way. If you've got to do them back to back, it isn't the end of the world. So like I said before, we're going to do a bit of overlap. Your push today is going to be one of my favorite shoulder exercises, a behind the neck seated shoulder press. I like to do these on a Smith machine. No, behind the neck doesn't inherently ruin your shoulders. If you do have already a shoulder injury, maybe you want to replace this for a dumbbell shoulder press or a machine press. It's entirely up to you. Next up, we're going to do a cable row. So we've got your push for your shoulders and now you've got your back. Don't use a close one. It's not going to be as effective. Use a wider grip. Get the upper back and the full range of your back range. You do not do any other movement close like this. If you do a barbell row, you don't do it like this. You want it wide. Stop using that little V handle. It's useless. Now for your legs. You're going to do a single leg movement today. So we're either going to do a reverse lunge or a Bulgarian split squat. Entirely up to you how you want to do it. I like to do it on the Smith machine or holding dumbbells. So there's your single leg and your quad movement. Now because just to get a little bit more volume across the week and we've already hit your hamstring twice, we're going to do leg extension for your second quad movement of the day. And then that's just going to give you a nice little pump in your legs. Okay. So we've got 2 leg movements in this day. Now, if you really want to, and you love hitting chest and you want to do it 3 times across the week and you're not satisfied with 2, throw a fly in. So that's your 5th exercise. You can throw a pec deck or a cable fly. Entirely up to you how you want to do it. And to finish off the day, we've already done your shoulders, your back, your chest, everything. You've got a range of things you can do. You can hit your carbs, you can hit some farmer's carries, you could do your biceps again if you wanted to. Maybe you want to hit some dips for your triceps, a dip machine. You got a range of movements there, entirely up to you how you want to put them in, and it's also dependent on your goals. But for this instance, let's just say you wanted to do some farmer's carries, which will get your traps, your forearms, and it's really good for your core. Don't take my advice on carbs because mine are awful, and if you want to grow your carbs, you should definitely hit them. There's a reason mine are quite crap. Glad we got that out of the way. Now, 3 days a week is more than enough to actually see great results. I've done it with over 600 clients, and here's just some examples. Ed, been with me for 11 months. And he hasn't missed a session in 11 months, purely because we did the things outside the gym that moved the needle and focused on our gym sessions 3 times 40 minutes a week, like I'm saying here, to actually focus on building muscle, recovering, and getting into great shape. The stuff outside the gym is what will help you lose the body fat, and that is the most important part if you ultimately want to see your abs. But in the gym, he was able to train hard, build muscle, and do it consistently due to doing what we call the 3-4-10 system. 3 times a week, 4 meals a day, 10,000 steps, okay? Then there's Cindy, key example of consistency and of this method. She lost 87 pounds within 10 months, training at home, 20 minutes a day with a pair of dumbbells. So she didn't have all these machines, but she just had the will and the consistency to keep going. And that is the most important part. Then you've got David, 43 pounds in 6 months. Didn't even go to the gym when we first started and did it at home for the first 3 months and then moved into the gym later. And you got Mark, 32 pounds in 4 months, was working shifts, doing a load of cardio. We switched to this system, training 2 hours a week, and he got great results. All these people have different lives and they all follow the same system. Obviously different workouts and we did different things outside the gym, but it works. It's the same principles. You have to do it consistently And you have to do it with some intensity with your training. Strength training workouts are the bedrock of what you want to focus on. You can sprinkle the cardio in outside, but this is what you want your meat and potatoes of your workout regime to be. If you want the full framework and everything I've spoken about, you can literally download it below with the link and I'll send it to your email. This works for so many different people and it's worked for 600 clients and it can work for you too. All you've got to do is just implement it and do it consistently. And then obviously get all the outside variables outside the gym in place. And we could talk about that in another video. So after 600 clients and 9 years of coaching, this is easily the most sustainable system that I've found, and I give it to the majority of people that come to me because everyone lives a hectic life, everyone's traveling, everyone's got lives outside the gym, but they still want to get in great shape and they still want to build muscle and they still want something that is actually enjoyable, and this is it. Drop me a subscribe, like the channel, comment, all that good stuff. Hit the link below and you can download it for yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.